Hey everybody, welcome to Adventures with Peps. We're back. We took a week off from painting. I hurt my hand. I fell over on the ice like a giant walrus and hurt my hand. But we're back, we're painting. It's going to be a little Slaine miniature. I got a few models now lined up on my desk that I know I want to get painted up. So let's get going. King Rudraige, the Silver Sword Guardian. Welcome warriors! Today we're diving into the legendary tale of King Rudraige, the ruler of the mighty city Gorlias and the fearless guardian of the Silver Sword of the Moon. Now unfortunately for this heroic king, fate had other plans for him and his destiny was shattered when the monstrous Avagddu tore off his hand. Instead of ruling as High King, Rudraige was left with a cold, unyielding metal replacement. Ugh. It's well sculpted on the model as well, which I quite enjoy. And this ultimately became a symbol of his resilience and loss. Who is King Rudraige though? He is one of the greatest Earth Tribe heroes of the Slaine age, alongside Morgan, Axehead and King Gann. Rudraige is a warrior without equal, a champion who stands among the best. Few mortals can match his strength in battle. And I think the gameplay, obviously I haven't played many games of Slaine, so take this all with a pinch of salt. I think he comes across quite well in game. His stats are similar to the other two champions that I just mentioned, Axehead and Gann, but he has some interesting abilities that make him stand out. He obviously can't take on hordes of bad guys, but he can definitely, with some support, chop through Fomorians quite easily. In the heat of battle, Rudraige can wield the Silver Sword, granting him the legendary Silver Sword feat card at the start of each game. And thanks to his Champion of the Goddess ability, he gets to draw a random feat card. But it has a twist. It has to be moon aligned. So when he's drawing a card, he has to keep on drawing until he finds a moon aligned card. So with the power of the moon and the silver sword in his grasp, Rudraige is a force to be reckoned with. So you could happily have him leading you to glory on the tabletop, but at the same time, he isn't Slaine level. He is not Battle the One-Eyed level. If you overreach, the fates will strike you down. So let me know in the comments what you think of this. Have you played any Slaine games? I'd be interested to know who's playing, who's not. And have you used this model in game? I'm gonna hopefully be using him soon just to test out what he's like. But I think we should get back to the painting now. Right, so as you would have seen, he started off with a black prime. And then my newest technique that I have been enjoying a lot is using the golden maple face and skin color fair skin for my dry brushing stage. Now the reason I like this is, I don't know if you can see on the model or at that stage of painting, but the first few layers, they're very see-through. That's the word I'm looking for. And they come out a bit grayer. But as you let them dry and build up, you can build up some real depth of shadow onto these models, which I really enjoy. And then at the last stage, I just keep going over the skin to make it brighter and brighter, with the hopes that it will take the flesh shade later on really well. After that, we tackled the kilt. Now in the comic, it is a nice blue with dark blue lines. Now I put the magic blue on to his kilt, with the idea being it should go into the recesses quite nicely. It is army painter after all, and it will give me a good blue tone to work from. But as it had dried, I noticed that it actually gone very nice and dark in the square section, and the lines of the kilt had gone a lighter blue. So it's kind of the flip of the artwork, but I really liked the way it looked. So I'm just gonna leave it as is and enjoy the fact that that came across really well. I'm not gonna argue about that. Then I started working on the chainmail and I guess it's steel or early iron. And for that I used Warlord Grey. I'm not a huge fan of metallics, but later on in this video you will see me do something that is crazy. Actually, it's going to happen now, so let me just talk about this and we'll get back to the other steps in a minute. So the moon sword. In my head, I thought I was going to use runic grey. I thought, wow, it's going to look great. I slap it on. I didn't like it. I didn't like the effect at all. I don't know why. It looked all right on the handle. The hilt and the handle and the head of the sword all came out fine. The blade itself, my idea did not work. I thought with the pale skin heavily on the blade, I thought it would shine through. I thought it would look a little bit kind of like a moony white color. It kind of does, but it didn't work. I think the pale skin tone is quite, I can't think of the word. It definitely pushes the speed paint off, which is great for speed paints, but on such a flat surface, it did not look good. And I did not like the effect at all, so I ended up wiping it off completely and sticking on Stormhost Silver. I think it's Stormhost, yeah, Stormhost Silver by GW to give it that metallic look. But I've left this in the video so you can see what it looks like. It just didn't work for me. You win some, you lose some, so I wiped it off, as you can see, and then I put the Stormhost Silver on. While I'm doing that, we can go back to the other steps. For his cloak, I wanted nice bright red like he has in the artwork, so I used Slaughter Red by the Army Painter. This paint just goes on beautifully, it dries wonderfully, it just looks nice. So I'm rather happy with the final result on that. And then for all his leather work, like his boots, his belts, I just used dark wood. I went for a darker brown. I was going to use hardened leather initially, but he's quite a bright character, so I wanted some dark tones on there to help me out. And there you go. We are now caught up with the video. So still Stormhost Silver is on that sword. Still some runic grey, runic grey on the hilt that I just left there because I did like the look of it. I then moved on to Sand Golem and I picked out the string and his little pouch at the front here. I know it has a fancier name for the Scottish, but I'm not entirely sure if that was the term for it, so I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say a pouch at the front for now. Correct me if you want in the comments below, and while you're there correcting me, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps. It doesn't cost a thing, and it really does help the channel grow. I'm getting a few new followers every week, and a couple of you are coming over to Discord, which is amazing. If you've not checked out Discord, follow the link in the comments below. That will definitely bring you in. It's free to join. There's no paywall on the Discord. But if you are feeling generous and you want to support me in a little way, feel free to join the coffee club and I'll treat myself to a cup of coffee now and again. Really means the world to me, the few of you that are doing it, and I do truly appreciate it. Right, the helmet. Look at me, I'm using a second metallic paint. If you've been a long time follower of this channel, I'm not a fan of metallic paints, but now that I've used it on the sword, it's kind of released me to use it elsewhere. So I'm using the Citadel Color Canoptic Alloy for this. This is stage 1 of a 2-step process for the helmet. You'll see the second stage hopefully soon, and I really hope you enjoy what I do. But the good thing with metallic paints is that the speed paints really show through nicely on it. So I've grabbed the Sand Golem, which we used for the cordon front. Now I'm going to go over that metallic and look at it. It's coming out this nice brassy bronze color, which I think perfectly represents the way his helmet looks in the comics. And it just goes on just so smoothly. Metallics are great for this. I really enjoy this process. I do it on my Space Marines. I'm surprised I've not done it more often with my fantasy range, but like I said, I rarely use metallics. So this is quite a rare model for me, having 2 different metallics on it. Look at that, he's pretty much there. There's not much left to go on this guy. We then grab the Reichland Flesh Shade, if I can get my words out, and I just slap this on. This color with the golden maple pale skin, it just gives a wonderful effect. I've not found a better combo in my opinion. I did the whole Earth Tribe saga, where I did different skin tones on all of them. I'm going to be doing that again with the skull swords, but for me this combination was the winning duo. I just like the way it looks. He looks like he would be, I don't know, Irish European descent, if that makes sense. It's quite a lighter, paler skin. It's not heavily tanned or anything like that. It's not got any redness to it. It just looks right in my mind. Hopefully you guys like it as well. And I'm just gonna very carefully work my way around. The skin on this is, I've left it till last on purpose. The idea being that if any paint ran away from me, I could fix it before I did the flesh tones. So this is very close to the last stage. I just got to make sure I do this cleanly and don't flood areas. I think I flooded the arm a little bit there. I will go back to fix that. Turns out there was a slight mold crease on his arm that I'd missed when cleaning the model. So that actually caught some of the paint as I was wiping it around. And then we are just left with the face. Now this brush, I adore this brush. I'm trying to keep it in as good condition as I can. I think it's really good. I really like these brushes. If you are here and you're still listening to me waffle, I need your help. I need suggestions on paintbrush cleaners. I don't want to use anything harsh. I know there's some paintbrush soaps out there, so if you can drop me suggestions below of what brand to check out or buy, I would love the suggestions. I want to keep these brushes as good as I physically can. And I think the best way to do that is by treating myself to some brush soaps and keeping these minty clean. Right, the last stage, doing something different here. Combining 1 drop of magic blue to 2 drops of the speed paint medium. In theory, this should water it down without making it a soupy mess like just using water would. I've not done this before. I rarely do it, so hopefully this is going to work and I'm not going to regret it. It went on a little bit too dark to begin with, but then it kind of sorted itself out. I'm thinking that maybe when I was mixing it with the brush, I had a bit too much blue trapped in the bristles. So I just worked my way back into that blade. I'm pushing it around. Luckily it's on the blade head, so it's not the end of the world. And yeah, this is going to be the last stage. So after this, we'll take some glamour shots and do a 360. And I hope you've enjoyed. If you've stayed this long, I hope you got something out of it all. And if you wish to join Discord, check it out below. Come share your models. Come show off what you're up to. We're a friendly group of people. There's about 10 of us just regularly on there. You don't actually have to chat publicly. If you just want to chat via DMs, we can also do that. Don't be shy. Come on over. I'd appreciate the company. And there you go. Let's call it there for today. As always, I do appreciate you taking time out of your day to hang out with me, and I will catch you in another video again real soon. As always. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and then go watch this one up here. Give it a click. Bye-bye.